So Chris and I are probably in the minority when it comes to having never seen the animated series that How to Train Your Dragon is based on. But we watched the live action film last night, and oh my God, it was so freaking good. And now I want to go back. I had no idea that there was an entire series. I knew of the first animated movie. We don't have kids, so this is a series that somehow slipped underneath my radar because it's definitely aimed at that younger audience. Um, but um, yeah, we had never watched it, and we were looking for something to see, and it was like, hey, this looks like a cool family-friendly movie. I know it's based off an animated film. Let's check this out, and I am so, so glad we did. So this is a live action film based off of an animated film of the same name. The animated film came out in 2025 or 2010, sorry, and the live action version is 2025. And then, like, I didn't know a lot about this other than I remember watching press because Gerard Butler was doing press, I don't know, a while back for this film, and I knew that he was in the first one in the actual animated series. That's really all I knew about it. And so, yeah, let's talk about this live action film. If you have not watched this, if you've not seen this yet, like me, you know, you need to watch it. It's, I don't care what age you are, this is one of those movies that is just really, really, really fun. And it's got a cast of characters, and it did really well. They're doing a sequel, so I believe it's supposed to come out in 2027. Yes, it's scheduled to be released on June 11th, 2027. So yeah, it has done so far um, 623 million against a $150 million budget, which is generally speaking, is a really, really, really good movie. So essentially, this is a film. It's a coming of age film about a boy and his dragon, and it was so cool. We start off in this village of Burke, where we see them under attack, and the kid is narrating the film, and he's basically this bumbling idiot who has been trying to fit in with the village ever since forever. Turns out he's the son of the Viking leader of the camp, played by Gerard Butler. His character's name is Stoick. The kid's name is Hiccup. Everybody has cutesy names in here. It's so much fun. Um, so the early sequence of the dragons attacking and him kind of being a bumbling idiot who just keeps getting into the way. Everything is definitely over exaggerated here because this is a comedic family film. And we establish from that early sequence that there are many different types of dragons. They attack the village to steal livestock, and they have also taken people over the years, including his mother, Hiccup's mother, um, at some point in the past. And no matter how bad Hiccup tries to fit in, he only ever causes chaos around him as he bumblingly tries to do things. And the whole village is kind of like thinks he's worthless. And the dad wants to keep him locked up in the house because every time he steps out of the house, he causes problems. During this fight sequence, he has created this like slingshot mechanism which slings out a couple of bolos, and he shoots him at this creature this dragon that he sees barely visible against the night sky. It's a rare dragon called a Night Fury, which no one has ever seen before. They just know it's out there, and he thinks he sees it fall down somewhere over in the mountains, but no one believes that he actually did this because um, why? He's just a bumbling idiot, and they just don't believe that he actually shot something down out of the sky. So he ends up sneaking off the next day to go see, and lo and behold, he finds some tracks in the forest, and essentially goes along and finds that he did in fact shoot down this dragon, which we see here. And the dragon has a little bit of an injured tail and is unable to fly, and so it can't get out of this like um, bowl that it's in. It's kind of like a canyon, but he can't get out. So the kid gets it in his mind. He feels, he takes pity on the creature and decides that he's going to help it and starts bringing it food, and then eventually earns its trust, and then decides that he's going to build a replacement to fix the broken tail, to replace the other half of the tail that's broken. And then when he does this, in order to help the dragon fly, he has to build a saddle, and then ends up riding the dragon. He names the dragon Toothless, and Toothless is super freaking cute and amazing. And we get all these montage sequences of him learning how to fly the dragon. It's really cool. Now, while all of this is going on, his dad leads another attack off to try to find where the dragons live because they want to wipe out the dragons so that they stop attacking the village. And while they're off doing their thing, he is in training with these other young people of the village to become a new dragon warrior. And it's expected that he's just going to bungle his way through it all. But while he's been training with Toothless, he has come to discover some things about dragons, like dandelion, fluff makes them sneeze, and if you scratch them, they fall asleep, and they can get distracted by light reflecting off of a mirror or something. And so he uses these tricks to sort of beat the dragons in these combat scenarios without hurting the dragons. And everyone is in awe. Like the whole village becomes in awe of this because he's somehow gone from being this bumbling idiot to being able to somehow dominate dragons in the training sessions. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. And um, this eventually leads to a sequence where he's back, and one of the girls who's part of his training session follows him to the forest, finds out that he's training this dragon, and she's like the super badass. She's like the leader of the pack, young Viking warrioress, and she is like, oh my god, I'm gonna kill this dragon. He convinces her not to, and he takes her off on this ride in the sky. Right? It's your traditional young teenage couple off in the clouds falling in love together, and while they're on this magical dragon ride, they end up meeting a flight of other dragons who are on the way back from a raid carrying lots of sheep and cattle, and they follow them back to a volcano where they see that there's this massive dragon living in the heart of it, and this dragon has somehow basically it's all the other dragons, if they don't feed the big dragon eats them. So they have, and it also has like an ability to like hypnotize them and force them to do its bidding. So um, he finds this out, keeps everything a secret. The girl agrees to keep it to a secret, but ultimately, when he has to do this final big um, fight in the town, he eventually wins the right to be the dragon, the big warrior, and he's supposed to kill this dragon in front of the whole tribe, right? One of the dragons they have in training. But during the sequence, he refuses to kill the dragon, and instead he calms it down. He's like, "Look, I'm not going to hurt you." And the dragon snaps out of its stupor, and it like bends to his will, and is like, "Oh, and unfortunately, no one in the town and no one watching, especially his father, no one wants to believe that this dragon is innocent that they have captured. They're like, we must kill it. And they, his dad gets pissed, Stoic gets pissed. There's a huge ruckus, and in the middle of all this, Toothless comes to rescue Hiccup from this big dragon and from all this ruckus. And in the chaos, everything comes to light. and Stoic is like, "You're no son of mine," and they capture Toothless and they use Toothless. They put him on a ship and they chain him up and they use him to guide the ships back to the island because they want to find the big dragon lair and kill all the dragons. And no one believes him that there is a big bad dragon at the heart of the volcano that's making all the other dragons do this because dragons are bad. That's the end of story. Resolution, of course, as we know, is along the way. Um, he gets left behind, but he convinces all of his young friends to break all of the dragons free that they have in captivity that have been used to train them. And they ride them to the island and show up at the last minute, right when everyone is getting completely devastated by this massive dragon that comes out of the heart of the volcano and burns all their ships. And yeah, there's a big fight sequence, lots of dragons flying around. Ultimately, Toothless and Hiccup save the day, have a big bad dragon sequence, flight sequence in the sky against the dragon behemoth, and then in the final sequence, um, they fall from the sky, and he ends up losing um, the bottom half of one of his legs and his foot essentially matching Toothless, so they're both missing a piece of their body. And then he wakes up with this new foot and to a village where suddenly it's the skies are full of people riding dragons, and his father has completely changed his mind, and it looks like they're all going to live happily ever after. But there are other animated films, and there is another sequel. Well, there is a sequel coming to this, and I don't know if they're going to be following the animated films or if they're going to be doing standalone stories now. I just don't know, which is why now I need to go back and watch the animated films so that I know more. But I loved this. This was a super, super cool treat for us to watch. Highly recommend it if you've not seen it yet. Let me know your thoughts if you have down below. Stick around. I review lots of different films and TV shows along with all the games that we play. Daily streams at 4:30 a.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch, and I'll see everybody in the next one.